So Utah's fintech and technology scene has seen a bloodbath of layoffs in recent months and years. We've seen folks like Pluralsight, Texas Instruments, Microsoft, Workday, General Context. All these big companies lay off thousands of workers, and these workers don't know exactly what to do to find a new job. They don't know exactly what jobs are legit, what jobs are ghost postings. That's a new term that a lot of people who are seeking employment are familiar with. And with me on the program today is Alessandro Cozzi. Is that correct?
Yes, perfect. Pleasure. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So before we get into what your company does, describe for me the big technology sector issue, why there's been so many layoffs just in the last, year or so. And even folks like Microsoft are laying off so many employees. Is it because of the fear of AI, the realization of AI? Is it because of the economy? What is causing all these layoffs to happen?
Yeah, well, it's a great question first, and it is not easy to actually answer that question. But let me wind it down a second in a couple of aspects. So after COVID, so it was years 2021 and 22. And what happened is that, well, most of the tech companies that are Utah-based, that have been founded and grown here in Utah, they were still in the startup phase. So if you're still in the startup phase, most likely you were still burning cash. And during that period after COVID, then we actually have seen a huge spike in interest rates. So having access to finances were harder. So during that period, all those companies that were Utah companies based in Utah, that grew in Utah, that were still in the startup mode, well, they couldn't have access to new funding, which it was vital for them to actually grow. And the only thing that they could do in order to preserve cash, well, it was cutting on jobs and cutting on people that were actually working there. And that's what started, that we have seen since a couple of years back. That has blown in. During a couple of years back, we have actually seen thousands of people that were laid off. And those were for the startup scene that we do have here in Utah. The biggest companies that you just mentioned, like also Microsoft, that's kind of a different ballgame. It's a mix of things. It's a mix of things that we have seen that, again, so during COVID, everyone was actually seeing that all those tech giants, they had massive profits. Everyone was actually staying home. So everyone that was actually doing something, it was doing with their laptop. And so all those tech giants had got massive growth, and they started hiring hundreds or thousands of actually people. Then COVID finished, and well, all those big profits, they were gone. So they had to just choose what to actually do next. Was COVID the new norm, or it was just that during the COVID period that was a boom for them, and now we were coming back? Well, they soon realized that no, we were coming back, so that they had to lay off. Then the market crash that we actually have seen, that was one of the reasons why. And now with the advent of AI, well, some of the companies, especially the biggest one there, they're pouring money on how to actually utilize better those kind of tools, so that then maybe they can have some efficiencies, and maybe they don't need as many people as they thought during their past.
Yeah.
It's a longer answer, but
no, it makes sense. And it seems like massive amounts of money are now going into AI, and
Correct.
Not just these huge server farms, but acquisition of talent and people. They want, basically, if you're a really good AI specialist, I've been reading in the Wall Street Journal, you can have an enormous compensation plan. Yep. And so that there's all the cash is going there. all these businesses are sort of like, man, do we need all these employees? And from a worker perspective, if you've been working in tech, do you think that if you were an engineer or an administrator, you should start looking in a different field? Or what would you recommend to people who are now laid off and kind of wondering what's going to come around the corner?
So honestly, no, I don't think so. Meaning that it is going to shift the way that we will work. It is going to shift the how much workload we can actually do. So the way that I really do see AI right now and also during the future is that it can give you superpowers. It can help you speeding up everything that you're actually doing. It can help you in doing things that maybe you would actually take a couple of hours. Now you can actually do it in 20 minutes. And you can have more free time to actually do even higher level of things. So how I do actually see it is that you must start using it. You must start using it now so that you can up level your game. Do you need to actually change your whole life? I don't think so. Maybe in 30 years from now, maybe things are going to be completely different. But right now, the major aspect and the major factor is start using it so that you can be even a better employee than what it was prior to AI. But it is, again, so people are so focused on maybe thinking, is AI going to take my job? And the answer is no. But if you're not using it, someone else that is using it will actually take your job for sure.
Yeah. I kind of look at it like it's such a strong tool. It's such a powerful tool that, I mean, the way we look at it here at our business is if we aren't using it and our competitor is, then we are not going to have the competitive advantage because it's almost like it gives every employee the power of 5 now. You could basically, like you said, become a superpower. You have superpowers at your capability using all of these massive server farms. But what I find kind of sketchy and a little bit perhaps dangerous about it is in a lot of ways, it can replace the need for thinking, especially critical thinking, because you can ask AI deep questions and it's going to tell you an answer. But these are questions and answers I feel like everybody individually should be answering on their own. And if AI is telling us exactly how to think and what we should do, how do we not kind of convert into becoming products of AI?
Well, so that's an interesting question, but I feel it is like when the first laptops came up and you would start actually thinking, well, they will actually do my job. They will actually do what I'm doing. So I'm going to become useless. So they will take over. Or when robots came up, they would start thinking, well, robots are going to rule the world. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't. Well, maybe, but I haven't seen it
They
yet.
just haven't come out quite yet.
Well, yeah, maybe. But so it is the same thing. So is it helping us thinking or thinking faster? Or maybe it is going to bring up new questions that maybe we didn't have the time to actually think about it. Or it is going to answer to some of the questions and some others it is based on us. Or it is going to help us in creating how we should structure our thinking. Again, I really do believe that it's a way to give us superpowers. I don't think that we are doomed. I don't think that it is going to rule the world. I really do believe that you should start using it so that you can really upskill everything that you are actually doing. Also, your thinking. Are we going to be a product of them? I really don't think so, because and again, I do know that AI, it is changing at such a fast pace that is hard to actually tell where are they right now because it is changing so quickly. But we will always have that brilliant mindset of coming up with something new, because the AI as we have it today and right now, it is based on the past. It is based on everything that was already done. While we do have the ability of thinking forward, of thinking of things that no one else has thought of. So I really do think that that's just going to help us. That's just going to help us in a tremendous way.
Yeah.
But if you don't see it and if you're pushing back, that's scary because all the other people around you, they are going to be using it for sure.
Yeah. One more question about the potential dangers of it. So if you adopt AI and you use the language model of your choice and you decide this is the very best language model and I'm going all in on this one, do you think there has to be a level of taking yourself off of it to not become sort of fixated on the idea that it has all of the answers? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like when social media came out, I feel like way too many kids adopted it right away. It was all about social media. And now everything's on our phone. Now everything, I can check into Facebook or WhatsApp or TikTok, find everything I need. And we now know that was a big mistake. I'm trying to kind of look around the corner. What are going to be the big mistakes or the things we didn't realize, the pitfalls of AI that are potential hazards that we're not examining?
Well, so one of the most scary things that people are talking about right now is how can we know if something is real or if something is fake? Also with all the deepfake, it seems that what you're actually seeing, there are real people doing it or saying it.
It's gotten crazy good. It is amazing.
It is crazy good, but I'm sure that companies are going to pop up that are going to target those deep fakes to actually tell us which are real ones and which are not. I'm sure that all this, so we are so focused on, well, we will see so many jobs that are going to be destroyed. True, but we will see so many other new companies that we can't neither think of that are going to start from here, and so that we will find places and employment in those new companies and new ones that it could be also companies that are going to tell us which is a deep fake and which is not, what is real and what is not. Like if you go back like 20 years from now, have you ever thought about having companies in the cybersecurity? I really don't think so. Now it is the norm. So we will actually see new companies, new startups, new things, new services that are coming up. And so that, yes, maybe some of the jobs are going to be lost, but we will be replaced somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't have this great fear like some people have that, for example, autonomous vehicles, that every single truck driver that might lose their job or every single cab driver that might lose their job, that somehow those people are never going to find something else. I think that there's going to be always something else if you are able to learn and adapt and use your brain. And as we've had on this podcast recently, the trades are very much in need of employees right now. If you're willing to go learn how to be a plumber or an electrician or an HVAC specialist or a mechanic, you can immediately get work right now. And there's a huge demand for those jobs. But people have this idea, oh, if I get a trade, I'm not going to be as useful as if I get an engineering degree or become a software engineer. And so I think we're just seeing this big mix up in the job market. And a lot of people just don't know what to do. And so describe now, if you will, what your company does and why you started it and how you decided to come here to Utah to do it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So the company, it is called HelloAI.AI. It's a career growth platform built to change for good the way that professionals land their new role. They can achieve better roles in the current company that they do have, or they can upskill for actually their next title. Why we actually build it and what it is, again, in a nutshell, is a one-stop shop where you can plan your entire career journey from day one until you actually will end up. Why? Because those three pieces, so looking for a job, improving how you're doing your current role, and then upskill, those three are going to repeat every single time. So that we really wanted to actually have a place where you can do it all throughout your entire career. Why we actually build it? Well, because as we are actually talking, right now the job market is tough. It's extremely tough. And you need help. It is obvious that you need help tracking down, as you mentioned, also the ghost posting, or which could be ghost posting and which could actually be not ghost posting, then trying to actually tailor every single resume that you're sending out for every single applications that you would like to actually do, and do it fast because you don't have the time. It's tough. It's a job in a job.
Sure.
And we have seen so many people that they don't like looking for their new role, or even people that are in the current role and they're not happy. Almost half of the people, they're not happy in the current role. And so that we wanted to actually fix all that and really help people in finding their role, finding good fit, then sticking there, and then finding us how to upskill and then take their next title.
That's cool. And so one of the things that I found in this sort of HR versus job seeker issue is that HR folks, of course, want the most qualified, the people who really desire to work for the business, really have passion, and like you said earlier, can explain clearly why they would be a good fit and how they would be a good fit. But at the same time, job seekers can't say that and repeat that with passion to 50 different potential employers.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to use technology to sort of fake out those 50 employers into believing that we do really have passion and we really, really just want this one job. And then the employers are going to try to find all the fakes, and they're going to have all these detection mechanisms. And it's kind of this cat and mouse game. And does your platform sort of address that whole problem? And,
Yeah.
And if so, how do you craft it so that the employer knows the passion's real, and then the job seeker actually is gonna be landing those positions they have actual passion to do?
Yeah, so that's a real thing. And we believe that you should find your right fit. And our platform, it is really telling when you're a good fit and why you're a good fit, and how to actually tell that inside your resume. It is the platform that it is going to create that. How it is going to create that and why, then from the hiring manager or from the HR standpoint, they will actually see that you're not fake. It's because the platform, it is going to tell the stories of things that you have done that really ties with what the hiring manager or the HR person is asking with that job opening. So we are not going to throw in just a bunch of keywords or stuff like that to actually tell first the ATS systems and then the HR or the hiring manager, well, I am a good fit. No, it is the platform that it is going to build and showcase based on what the platform knows about you, which are the stories to actually tell about your expertise that really ties with what they're asking. It is really trying to actually not fit you in every single role. It is just really trying to actually find out where you are a good fit and how you can actually showcase that you are a
so
good
you
fit.
can zero in on those few positions that you're an actual good fit.
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Because we truly believe that there is a fit for everyone in any company that you would like to actually be, but you will need to actually find it. And it is hard to actually find it. We can help you out in figuring out how you can really add value to that company and how you can really add value to that job opening and to that team.
Well, that's cool. That's a nice ideal. I saw this crazy video, and this was nuts because I did not believe this could be possible, but it was of a guy who was actually, I'll point the camera. So it was a guy who was applying for a job, and he looked real, and he was answering the questions of the interviewer. Then the interviewer noticed, okay, there's something weird going on here. And so he asked the guy he's interviewing
To put the
put your hand up here by your eyes, and he just sits there and goes and doesn't. Yeah, so you saw this.
I
saw it. So basically, this kid figured out how to create an AI replica of himself interviewing for this job, and it wasn't until 10 minutes into the interview process that the guy is like, okay, wait a minute. This. I mean, one day won't that deepfake be able to be real?
Well, that's again. So I'm sure that we will see companies that are gonna be able to detect which are deepfake and which are real ones. And our way of thinking it is what I've mentioned. So we truly believe that AI, it can give you the superpowers. It can't do things for you. I mean, it is not gonna substitute you. If you are gonna go with a deepfake or then anything, well, at one point you are gonna be caught. It is obvious. So we don't believe that that's the way of actually doing things. We actually do believe that the best way is having something that can help you out and figure out where you are a fit, how to actually be a fit there, how to actually showcase that you are a fit there. So you can land your role, you can be happy inside your role, the company is going to be happy, you are going to have the career that you deserve.
Yeah.
And not just a paycheck at the end of the week, which it is obvious that it is actually needed. But there must be even more. You should also be happy with what you are actually doing because it is a huge chunk of your life.
Well, you need meaning, purpose, and value. If you don't have those three things, I have a meaning to my life, I have a purpose that I'm trying to accomplish, and I have a value here at this business and in the world, then you feel empty inside. And so if you can help people achieve that, then that's awesome.
And that's our main goal and our only goal.
Yeah. So I have an ethical question about magazine publishing. So these are the magazines we publish: Faces of Utah, Utah Stories magazine. This is our monthly, and this is our right now biannual. This is our brand new issue that came out. For all of you who are joining us on Instagram Live, you're going to have to go out to utahstories.com, subscribe to our digital newsletter. We'll send you Alessandro's answer to this ethical question. It concerns writing magazines, the writing, and then the illustrations, the visuals, how you ethically go about producing and publishing creative works, both in journalism and in art, when the artist and the journalist is using AI. So I'm going to ask you that question. I'm going to tune out here. Did anybody have any questions? Last chance to ask questions. Thank you all for joining me. but we're going to have to go out to, you'll have to go to utahstories.com. Again, subscribe to our digital newsletter. We'll have Alessandro's answer to that question. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. All right. So my question is, when you have produced a whole ton of articles, like a whole body of work, like I've been doing stories journalism for 17 years, I can plug those articles into ChatGPT. I can send it a transcription of an interview I just did, and I can say, hey, ChatGPT, can you take all of the previous work that I've done and take this transcription and write an article in my style that I've developed over the last 17 years and just spit it out? And then our question is that my work? Is that my journalism? I did the interview. It based it upon all my previous stories, or do I need to use a pseudonym? And that's our ethical question. What do you think?
Well, first, let me just turn it to you. Have you ever tried it? Have you ever used it?
Absolutely. We use a pseudonym. I mean, and it kind of feels weird because I did the work. I didn't actually, and I did the editing, but I didn't write the original. ChatGPT did. So we're using pseudonym.
Right. But do you feel that it is your work?
I mean, I do, actually. The more I think about it, the more I realize I wouldn't be able to feed ChatGPT these, hundreds of articles if I didn't do that work. I wouldn't be able to feed it the transcript if I didn't do that work. So I'm starting to think it's probably ethical to just put my name on it.
Well, I really do think so. I mean, as you just mentioned, you have done all the work. And as you just mentioned, so it wouldn't be capable of actually writing anything if you didn't feed ChatGPT with all those articles, with all that work that you actually have done there. So is it yours? Yes, I would definitely answer 100% it's yours.
Yeah. I felt a little weird about it because this is the first one I put my name on. This is a story on Thane Taggy, Carrie Taggy. I did the interview with him. I edited it, but I did not take the time. And I mean, the interview is mine, the editing. I did not take the time to write this whole story. This is ChatGPT, but I put my name on it for the first time in a ChatGPT story because I kind of think it's mine.
I mean, who went there to actually ask them questions?
Yeah. I mean, I did the work, and I'm proud of the story. One of our former writers said, that Thane Taggy story you did is excellent work. Way to go. And I didn't know what to say. Like, it was kind of like me and ChatGPT. So yeah, it's just it's a weird thing.
Well, but like, so I'm sure that you actually use also other tools like Photoshop or anything. So if you're taking a picture and then you're using Photoshop to actually make some changes and to make it better, is it still your picture or not?
That's also sort of if you're taking a journalistic photo, you're just not supposed to use Photoshop to do any changes or editing. Of course, you can do coloring and stuff like that, but according to a lot of like hardcore journalistic photographers, you should not be changing it. I'm kind of like, I don't know why. I mean, if there's something in there that you don't want and you want to take it out, it's like, why not? But yeah, I guess everybody has their own opinion about it.
I don't know. I mean, I really do feel that if I do have a tool, any kind of tool that can help me out doing things, I'm just gonna use it. And then, is it my product? Well, yes, because I put work there. I've done things. It is like a chef. Can a chef use any other tools that is not their hands? Well, no. I need to actually have a mixer. Oh well, no. You actually can't have a mixer because you actually should do it by hand. Well, no. I do have tools to actually help me out doing more things and maybe doing it better.
Yeah.
So why not doing it?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that you can be a Luddite and a diehard purist and say if it's not chopped by your own hand, you can't call it handcrafted. But I think most chefs are going to use that mixer and food processor, and nobody's going to complain. But yeah, our other ethical issue is like this cover is AI. We asked, as you know, Golda, Ryan, Anna, our team worked on it. I think it's awesome. It's unfortunate that we use our illustrators less, but we would like to be able to use our illustrators still. But one of our illustrators, I won't say his name, but he doesn't want to work with us anymore because we're using a lot of AI.
Oh.
And I talked to him, and he said he's going to find a different career because AI is doing so much of the work now, and he's selling fewer drawings and things like that and getting fewer commissions. And I'm just like, dude, you got to start using AI.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's just no two ways about it. You're a definitely talented draftsman. You can make incredible drawings and illustrations, and I'd love to use you, but you're turning me down. I mean, how many other people would want to use you if you just still keep it real, but use AI to supplement it?
Yeah.
And so,
yeah,
I don't see any problem with that.
Me neither, actually. I really don't see it. It is more of a choice if I want to fight it or if I'm gonna just embrace it and go with it, and so that maybe I can also create things that I didn't know that I could.
Mm-hmm.
So I would always try it out because it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like a horse and carriage to car, at least that big of a jump right now.
Yeah.
And I think what happened to all the horse and carriage companies eventually, I didn't see any sticking around.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Well, Alessandro, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tell us again how people visit your site, become a member, use your platform.
They just need to actually go to HelloAI.AI.
So HelloAI.AI.
Yes.
Okay.
And
we'll pull that screen up.
They can go there, and it's totally free to actually try to use it. And we have also a premium membership if you want to use it more or with advanced things, but it's absolutely free to go in, try every single feature that we do actually have it, try it out, and you will see that it can really help you out, upskilling every single thing that you are doing, especially if you're looking for your new job.
Yeah, sounds really cool. It sounds like, it's from what Ryan said, and I wish she could chime in right now, but all of her friends and herself are very frustrated with trying to apply for real jobs and find and differentiate the real job postings rather than the fake ones, because you can waste countless hours on that part of it. This can't directly resolve that problem, but it can help you be more efficient in applying.
Yeah, let's put it this way, because so landing your next role, it is a lot of things. Again, it feels like a job. Landing your new job, it's a job. So what are we taking off your shoulders is a big chunk of it, which is, so if you do it by yourself, first you will need to actually think out loud, well, what would I like to actually do? Or which are the roles or the companies that I would like to apply for? And then you will now need to actually go on website, maybe on job search engines, and then look for actually those roles. And then you should actually go on the website of the company that you have seen on the job engine, and then see if it's a real one or if it's not a real one. Then once that you think, well, it is a real one, then I have to actually read it out loud of what are they asking, and then I have to go back and thinking about everything that I've done and what it resonates with the job opening that I've just seen and how to actually draft my resume. and then I have to actually send it. Maybe I have to send it also with a cover letter, and I have to be extremely quick because I do know that others are actually doing the same thing. That's quite a bit. So we are taking out all those steps of reading really in detail what they are actually asking, how you can actually tie all that they're asking with who or what you actually have done during your past, and how to actually create the resume, how to highlight why you are a good fit, then send it over, then creating the cover letter. So we are taking out all that chunk so that you can make sure that when you're applying to actually roles, those are not ghost roles, those are real ones. Yeah. And so that also your level of confidence, it is gonna have quite a nice boost, because honestly speaking, right now, it is so frustrating to actually look for a job. It is, sometimes you will actually feel, and I'm just saying this because I've been there, and I don't know when is the last time that you have looked for a job, but it's tough. Yeah. It is really tough. So having a tool that can help you out in really landing your next role, in really not having that sense of sometimes being useless because maybe you're applying to actually roles and no one it is answering. Well, maybe they are not answering because not of you, but it is for the fact that you haven't had the time to actually pencil down which are the things that you should put inside that resume so that they can call me, and so that I can land that job, and so that I can pass not only if the company is using any tool for screening your resume, but you are going to pass also the HR, you are going to pass also the hiring manager, and they will call you, and they will call you for that role, and you will land.
Or if they don't call you, it'll be the AI deepfake hiring manager calling the AI deepfake you. We can all sit on the sidelines and just watch the deepfakes talking to each other until they hire all the people they need.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, let's hope
Hopefully not. Yeah.
That would be a weird end.
It would.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. And if you'd like to be a bigger part of Utah Stories and what we produce, go out to utahstories.com, subscribe to our free digital newsletter at utahstories.com. This is our current issue of Utah Stories. We're really proud of this. It's how to get your kids off of their iPhones and back into the real world. It's back. Okay, and how to how teachers are basically working to get iPhones out of the classroom. And I think it's an important topic. We've been talking about this, doing a lot of tech podcasts this month in August. So we're talking to Alan Boyer about trades in tech, and we're talking about this topic of kids and technology and how to keep your kids engaged in the real world. So go pick that up. It's $5 a month to subscribe to Utah Stories. If you become a member, we send you both Utah Stories and Faces of Utah. That's $10 a month. And Faces of Utah is an entrepreneur and success leadership journal, the best leaders in Utah. And it's a excellent issue. We just came out 2 weeks ago. And the feature story about Utah leadership is on the Other Side Academy, the guys who are redefining criminal justice reform, homeless recovery, transforming lives, saving lives. It's an incredible group of guys and what they're doing to change the face of Utah, as well as all these awesome entrepreneurs, what they're doing to change the face of Utah. And for being a guest, Alessandro, you're going to get a free copy of both of these.
Thank you. That's great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I was going to ask you for those, so thanks.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, smash that like button, share it with a friend. That helps the algorithm get us out to more people. And leave your comments below. We love getting comments. I address most of the comments. So with that, we'll see you next time.